Hello, my loves. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. I hope you all are doing well. I don't think I've come this week to give you guys a video diary of me actually speaking. So this is me just doing that. When I do my workout tonight, I will post the time lapse videos of me doing my workout. I didn't um I didn't feel like filming this morning, and my phone didn't have any battery because I didn't put it on the charger before I went to sleep. So I didn't record my workout this morning, but I just did like a little 35-minute workout. I did a 20-minute indoor walk. Um, Grow with Joe on YouTube has a lot of indoor workouts that I like to do. So I did that, and then I did some yoga. That's all I did. I'm so happy that I have been able to freaking actually write in my journal. And let me just show y'all this. So, the very first day that I wrote in my journal, the writing was horrible. Look at this. Chicken scratch. Freaking chicken scratch. But it's getting better. It's getting better. It's getting a little bit better. I think by next week I'll be able to like get back to my normal writing. But I feel good, y'all. I feel good overall. I feel like this challenge is keeping me accountable. It's keeping me in community and relationship with God. It's pushing me to be more authentic and sharing my voice and my values with you guys, as well as my vulnerability. Um, it's making me want to ask more questions and research more things as it relates to human behavior. It has pushed me to change some things up in my business that have been beneficial to me. So overall, I feel like this challenge definitely is a blessing to me. We're on day 36. So we got 39 more days, I think, left. I'm ready. I'm ready to go through these 39, 40 more days and kill it and be consistent. After this week, I'm not fucking around. I'm getting back on my bedtime and rising time. These last 2 weeks, I've been giving myself slack because I've been on medication. I haven't been doing my regular sleeping because of my arm. But now I'm at a point with my arm where it's better. I don't have to take medicine every day. And so I am able to regulate my sleep schedule. So with that being said, I'm going back to being in bed by 11:30 and up by 5:30. So that way I have 5:30 to 6:45 to do my morning routine, and it's not interrupting my day. Because y'all, I'm not going to sit here and lie. 45 minutes to move my body and work out in the morning. Probably about 20 minutes of me reading 10 pages. And then however long it takes me to journal, whatever I'm going to journal. And then if I decide to do a meditation, in the morning, my morning routine is starting to be like an hour and a half long. So if I wait until 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock to do that routine, that means I can't start working until after that point. Or if I have clients, that means I can't even do it until I have a break from clients because my schedule opens up at 9 a.m. So I don't like that. It throws off the whole intention of everything, which is to center me and put me in relationship with the natural flow of life and the natural flow of my body and the natural flow of the sun. So next week, I'm going to hold myself accountable. 11:30 sleep, 5:30 rise. That is one thing that I'm definitely adding back that I've been slacking on. Another thing is, I think I need to come talk to y'all every day. I know it's easier for me to just post my little shorts or whatever rather than take time and actually record and talk to y'all, but Spirit is just telling me to use my voice, use my voice, use my voice, use my voice. I don't know what I'm supposed to be singing. I don't know if I'm just supposed to be telling y'all about this journey or if I'm supposed to be talking to y'all about something else. I don't know, but Spirit is telling me to just use my voice. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to make that a requirement that not only do I need to post a video every day, but I need to post a video of me talking every day, because I have some things to say. With that being said, let's just get into a little bit of things. Well, wait, before we do that, let me finish giving y'all a rundown of where I'm at with this challenge. I don't really weigh myself, but I do feel like I'm losing weight because my clothes are fitting better. I feel like my stomach is definitely flatter. My little back rolls is going down. Mentally, I feel sharper. I feel more creative. I feel like my intuition has been on fucking point, y'all. I have barely been using cards in my readings. Like, I'll get ready to shuffle. And, you know, I hate to say this, but maybe that's why God made me break my arm, because I haven't really been able to properly shuffle my cards, and I have made my own little way of shuffling them with this arm. Like, just kind of like picking them up and piling them back onto each other. And my readings were coming out accurate. But now I can, like, actually, like, shuffle my cards again. Like, how I really shuffle them. But I don't even need them. I don't even need them. Like, the way that messages just have been flowing out of me is just crazy. My intuition has just been on 1,000. And I'm here for it. I'm totally here for it. It feels good. Like, I feel like I'm just an open channel, an open messenger for God. I don't need no tools. I don't need nothing. I just need me and God in prayer. That's it. And that has definitely been a blessing. This book, The Complete Works of Florence Scovel Shinn, is really good. I would recommend that you guys get this book and read it. It really does use... The thing that annoys me about this book, let me talk about the negative first, because y'all love negativity. The thing that annoys me about this book is she goes into so many stories of how she had to speak the word for people and the results that it had on their lives and all of that jazz. And that's really cute. Like, I love that for her, but I don't want to hear about that. I want you to tell me why you feel like this is true, how to tap into these energies, and the spiritual laws that back this stuff up. Like, that's what I want to know. She definitely gives that in addition to her stories. So I would recommend that you guys use this book. But one of the most profound things that I discovered in this book, she has, in one of these sections, there's a chapter called Success, and she has affirmations in here. And y'all, these affirmations are amazing, and it's like 4 or 5 pages of just affirmations. The decks are now cleared for divine action, and my own comes to me under grace in a magical way. I now let go of worn out conditions and worn out things. Divine order is established in my mind, body, affairs. Behold, I make all things new. The 4 winds of success now blow to me from north, south, east, and west comes my endless good. The Christ in me is risen. I now fulfill my destiny. Endless good now comes to me in endless ways. I clap my cymbals and rejoice, for Jehovah goes before me, making clear and easy and successful my way. I give thanks for my whirlwind success. I sweep all before me, for I work with spirit and follow the divine plan of my life. My spiritual sporting blood is up. I am more than equal to this situation. I am awake to my good and gathering the harvest of endless opportunities. I am harmonious, poised, and magnetic. I now draw to myself my own. My power is God's power, and it is irresistible. Divine order is established in my mind, body, and affairs. I see clearly and act equally. I see clearly and act quickly, and my greatest expectations come to pass in a miraculous way. There is no competition on the spiritual plane. What is rightfully mine is given to me under grace. I have within me undiscovered country, an undiscovered country which is revealed to me now in the name of Jesus Christ. Behold, I have set before thee the open door of destiny, and no man shall shut it, for it is nailed back. The tide of destiny has turned, and everything comes my way. I banished the past, and now I live in the wonderful now, where happy surprises come to me each day. There are no lost opportunities in divine mind. As one door shuts, another door opens. I have a magical work in a magical way. I give magical service for magical pay. The genius within me is now released. I now fulfill my destiny. I make friends with hindrances, and every obstacle becomes a stepping stone. Everything in the universe, visible and invisible, is working to bring me to my own. And it just goes on and on and on and on. And I love these affirmations. They're all amazing, wonderful. I will use them in a heartbeat. This book is actually a compilation of different books. So it has The Game of Life and How to Play It, Your Word is Your Wand, The Secret Door to Success, and The Power of Spoken Word. So I actually bought The Game of Life and How to Play It first as a book by itself. But then once I realized how much I liked it, how short it was, I was like, I need more. So then I started researching, and then the next book that I wanted to read was The Secret Door to Success. However, once I found that, shoot, I just lost my train of thought. Oh, once I found that this book was maybe about $5 more for multiple books, I was like, I'm just gonna get this one. And I loved it. When I bought it, I actually read The Secret Door of Success and The Power of Spoken Word first. So I started at the end, and then I ended up going back into Your Word is Your Wand. And it's just really good. There's so much good scripture in here. There's so much there's so many great ways to redirect your mind. So I finished this book. Definitely will recommend it. It's the second book that I finished during this challenge. The first one was Ashe Yoga. I need to start doing book talk. I've been trying to get my shit together, y'all. But I need to start doing book talk because I need to talk to y'all about these books while the information is fresh on my mind. And I'm moving into my third book. So this is what I'm reading right now, Woman Evolved by Sarah Jakes Roberts, rather. Hold on. So yeah, I'm reading this. I listened to the audiobook months ago, and I said I wanted to read the book because she has a lot of journals in here and like points and notes to keep up with. And so now I'm going through the actual book, and there's a lot of things that I like in this book. But the main thing is I like the cadence, the flow, the speed of the book. I like that she kind of gives you an action or a journal or something with every chapter so that it sticks. And I like the way that she puts scripture into modern context. A lot of people don't like Sarah Jakes Roberts. I would say a lot of Christians don't like Sarah Jakes Roberts because she is not the conventional Christian teacher. She is not, some people call her a heretic, honestly. But I don't think she's a heretic. I think she just understands that Christ is within her, and she understands how to navigate and activate that energy, and how to use the Bible to show the different aspects of consciousness and how we can move through different dimensions, which is what we should be doing outside of a religious context anyway. And so I do like this book. I would recommend it. I'm not a person who reads a lot of Christian books because y'all know I'm not a Christian. I don't consider myself to be Christian. Yes, my family is Christian. Yes, I love me some Bible. Yes, I have my own personal relationship with God. But I do not believe in organized religion. I feel like it's all just a tactic that is used to control and try to create organization that doesn't really exist. So I try to stay away from religious books that are, or not religious books, but books that are written from a religious perspective. But this book right here is good. And anything written by John Bevere, I'm reading. He is a Christian author, but I don't even care. Anything by him, I'm reading. I love his interpretation of the Holy Spirit and God, and how to work with God, and how to let go of offense and all of the things. So y'all probably will see me reading that book next. I listened to the audio months ago, and now I have the book, so I'm probably going to be reading that soon. So reading has been another thing that I've really been enjoying from this challenge. Hold on, y'all. Reading is something I've definitely been enjoying in this challenge. I love to read, so I read a lot anyway, but this challenge with reading 10 to 15 pages in the morning and 10 to 15 pages in the evening, it really is forcing me to not just start books, but to finish them, and to get back into like actual reading instead of audio, because I'm always on the go, I'm always doing something, and so I have a tendency to lean towards audio. But reading tangible books is definitely something that I've been enjoying incorporating into my practice again. Another thing I've been doing is just indulging my inner child, because y'all, I am on the inner child healing journey right now. So doing things that are fun, doing things that are centered in my heart, it's been healthy for me. I love hula hooping, I love skating, I love painting. Sometimes I want to randomly sprint across the parking lot, or skip, or watching cartoons. Like, I've been doing little things like that just to kind of indulge my inner child and get myself like into a positive heart posture. And I feel like that has definitely helped me out a lot. So that's where I'm at with this challenge. Like, y'all, when I say that since May, when I started Purge and Progress, to now doing Discipline and Dominion, I feel so blessed. I feel so peaceful in my spirit. I feel so covered, protected, favored, inspired, and led. And I haven't felt this strong in that in a long time. Like, I've been feeling led, I've been feeling called, but the peace, the stillness, the quiet and clarity that I have right now is just amazing. It's what I've been praying for, and every day I'm finding that I'm thanking God, I'm thanking the Great Mother, I'm thanking the Holy Spirit, I'm thanking my ancestors, because despite everything that I have been through, I am still so blessed, so loved, so covered, so favored, and my gifts continue to thrive. And that is a great sign that not only is Spirit working in me, but Spirit is working through me. And that is a blessing. So I just feel so peaceful in that. And I would be lying if I said I always feel peaceful in that. Because with the world that we live in, people look at me like I'm crazy when I say I'm a spiritual counselor and astrologer, when I say I'm a life coach, I'm an energy healer, I'm a massage therapist. When I say things like this, people look at me crazy like, people really believe in that stuff? That's what you do? Yeah, people do really believe in that stuff, and that really is what I do. And this is not just stuff. These are holistic forms of healing. These are sciences to get in tune with nature, as we should be. These are sciences to rebuild relationship with the temple of our body. Science to rebuild the relationship with ourselves and God, the creator, the universe. So people can look at me crazy all they want. I know what God has called me to do, and I know what I feel led to do and what I'm not going to do. And so I find so much peace now resting in that. Whereas before, I felt the need to defend, I felt offended, I felt like people were thinking like I'm just wasting my life away. But I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, and I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. And the reason why people think that is because they just don't understand what I do. They don't understand my gifts. They don't understand being led by God and not led by money. They don't understand being led by divine destiny and divine purpose over being led by material gain. They don't understand it. And that's not to say that I don't want material gain, because I do. But I don't care to be extremely rich. I'm not worried about that. I'm not on here trying to hustle y'all at all. I'm not on here sounding like these preachers talking about God told me to tell 10 of y'all to sow a seed of $1,000, and then your world is going to rise up. You're going to be blessed. I'm not on here telling y'all that. I tell y'all, if you invest in your spiritual health and well-being, your path will be made clear. And that's the truth. That's just the truth at the end of the day. But I'm not asking for $1,000. I'm not asking for $2,000. I'm not asking for $3,000. I'm just asking for my fee for an hour and 15 minutes. I'm just asking for my fee for 6-week coaching. I'm just asking for my fee for 8-week coaching. And I only have one plan that's over $1,000. One out of all the plans I have. And the reason why it's over $1,000 is because I'm literally working with you day to day, side by side, teaching you everything that I know. And it's only $1,111.11. That's it. I feel like the price should be higher on a lot of things that I offer, but I don't want to have these outrageous, erroneous prices and just be about a bag, because that's not what this is about for me. This is really about trying to help people, trying to get people back to themselves, trying to lead people back to the God within them, trying to get people back into a state of righteousness and mental peace and mental clarity, so that not only can you treat yourself better, but you can be better to the people around you. You can be better to your children. You can be better to your spouse. You can be better to your significant other. You can be better to your mother, better to your brother, sister, cousins. Because we are living in a time where people are freaking sick. It's sick the way that people prey on each other. And you would think that it's like the lowest of the low of society that does this kind of stuff. But no, it's your everyday people. It's people in your own family. It's people in your own circle of friends. It's people who you go to work and cohort with every single day. Sometimes it be your own spouse trying to manipulate you, trying to deceive you, trying to basically pull things out of you that you have left behind, trying to tarnish your character, trying to disrespect you and break you down. It's sick. And then the only time we want to be nice to each other, the only time that we want to come together is when we want to use each other as coping mechanisms. That's crazy. Coping mechanisms are nothing but a temporary fix, just like a freaking Tylenol or Advil. If you have a serious chronic problem that you need to have surgery on, or that you need to do some natural healing on, and you take an ibuprofen or Advil every day, it might help deflate that pain a little bit, but the pain is still going to be there in 2 hours, 3 hours, maybe in the same hour that you took the pill. It may not be at the level that it normally is at, but the pain is still going to be there. People are not pills. You can't just use people as temporary coping mechanisms. What you can do is decide who's seasonal and who's long-term in your life, and deal with people with that cadence. Don't expect the seasonal person to be there for you in every season, because they're seasonal. It's only one season that they might show up in, maybe two. Don't expect a person that's going to be with you and stand by your side forever to be putting up with you, trying to be putting up with your incessant need for attention, for a stroke of your ego, for whatever the case may be. Like, we need to get back to turning within so that our relationships can be proper. Everybody is just damaged and hurting people. And I don't want that for y'all. I don't want that for y'all. I don't want that for myself. One thing I can say about me, despite everything that I've been through, I go through my life with the intention of not hurting nobody. I don't want to hurt nobody. I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. I don't want to let nobody down. I don't want to intentionally upset. Now, does it happen? Yes. But I'm never doing this on purpose. I'm never going out of my way to say I want to hurt this person because they hurt me. I want to do this. Like, I'm not vindictive by any means. And I do feel like God will deal with whoever decides to cross me because I'm chosen. But that's another conversation for another day. Y'all need to get back to righteousness in your heart. It's some of y'all, you go to church every Sunday, you go to Bible study every Wednesday, and your heart is not what it needs to be. You're still talking about people and you don't know what they may be going through. You're still just all about material things when you need to put more energy into family. You're still just negative and disrespectful to anything that you don't agree with, instead of behaving more like the God that you say that you serve. Those of you who are not religious, who say that you're spiritual, it's a lot of y'all who claim to be spiritual, who claim to be on a spiritual path, but you don't want to do any of the work to maintain the righteousness of your path. You don't want to do any of the work to maintain the structure of your spiritual law and principles. All y'all want to do is listen to people tell you how to get rich while you still don't have no money. All y'all want to do is listen to people tell you how to connect with this deity, connect with that deity so you can be empowered. Meanwhile, you don't have no power, no spiritual backing for yourself. It's sick. It's sick and it's twisted, and I'm tired of seeing it. So I'm about to start talking about stuff. And I'm about to ruffle some feathers. Some people are not going to like what I have to say. I really don't care. It is what it is. But I'm going to tell y'all this. Get your freaking heart right. and get your head in order. Okay? Because this eclipse season and Scorpio season is about to be intense. And I'm ready for this ride because I've been preparing, gearing up for this, doing the work for this since May. So I'm ready. I knew something was coming and now I know exactly what it is. So I'm ready. But some of y'all haven't been doing the work. We got about 2 more weeks in Libra season. The eclipse is on the 14th, which I believe is on Friday or Saturday. Get ready. What are you waiting for? Eclipse energy lasts for 6 months. I told y'all this during retrograde season. If you don't work through the shit that's coming up for you this retrograde, you better be ready to go through the shit again next year during retrograde season. It's the same thing for this eclipse season. If you don't surrender to the transformation that Spirit is calling you to during this eclipse season, if you don't change your mind, if you don't improve your heart posture, if you don't move into a space of transformation and becoming and evolution, you're going to look up April of next year and everything that you're disdain and dissatisfaction with right now today, those things are still going to exist. And it's going to be your fault because you chose not to do the work. You chose not to take action. You chose not to financially, energetically, or mentally invest in your spiritual health and well-being. So what then do you think is going to happen to your mind and your body? Y'all always want to talk about heaven and hell. It's on earth. It's on earth. You can either create heaven on earth or you can live in hell on earth. And there's definitely a little bit of an in-between. But when you create hell on earth for yourself, you're reliving the same thing over and over and over. Going through the same trauma over and over and over. Carrying the same shame, carrying the same guilt, dealing with the same type of people, absorbing the same type of karmic bullshit that you refuse to let go. When is it enough enough? When is enough enough? I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired. Enough is enough for me. Enough is enough for me. So, I think I'm going to leave y'all with that. But definitely tap in with this eclipse energy. Stay tuned for this journey. Comment on the video. Thumbs up the video so I can get into the algorithm. And don't forget to subscribe. You guys, I'm so close to my goal of 500 subscribers. All I need is 500 subscribers for now to get me to my metrics that I need to be at to do what I'm trying to start doing. And then my next goal is going to be 1,000. So if you know somebody who needs the content, I talk about astrology, I talk about spirituality, I'm giving y'all vlogs in my personal journey. I'm talking about evolution, religion, Christ consciousness. I have a whole podcast where I'm interviewing different types of spiritualists who do different types of spiritual work. You know, anyone, I mean, we do yoga, we do journaling, we're doing a lot over here. It all has to do under the umbrella with spirituality and mindfulness. So if you know someone who needs the content, who needs the guidance, send them over here to subscribe, okay? If you need one-on-one guidance, you guys know that you can book me at 11moons11.com/book-online, or you can go to pinsite.com/empoweredby11, and that is the number 11, not the word, on Pinsite. So yeah, I am gonna pull a postcard from Spirit for you guys, and I've been working again with my Thoth Tarot deck. This was the very first deck that I got. I have one that's on my altar that I put certain cards out during certain times to manifest. But then I bought another one just to use for myself when I want to do readings on myself. Spirit told me pull this deck out and start doing readings for people with it. So today I've done that, and I've had this deck for years. I've just been using it solely for me. That's why it looks so new. But Spirit told me pull it out and use it. So, and it helps me to be able to shuffle easier with this cast because these cards are just lighter than most of my other cards. And they're a little bit shorter too than most of my other cards. So they just fit in my hand better since I can't really flip it fully all the way without being a pain. So I'm going to pull a card from here, and then I'm going to read from one of my favorite tarot books what this card represents, and then we're going to do a postcard from Spirit, because that's just how Spirit is leading me to end this. So alright, I kind of want to pull another one because we got a court, and I feel like you always need a clarifier with a court card. Okay, so we got the Princess of Cups, or the Page of Cups, and the Eight of Wands is what cards came out, just in case y'all want to know. And then let's pull a postcard from Spirit. Y'all, this right here, Tarot Mirror of the Soul, is one of my favorite tarot books. I love this book. When I first started studying tarot, y'all can see it's raggedy. This was the main book that I studied because I started with the Thoth deck. This deck is not for everybody. It's not for everybody. It's kind of deep as it relates to context and information and symbolism and things of that nature. But that's what I love about it. It has Kabbalistic representation, the astrological representation, numerological representation is in there. Not necessarily in this book. Like, there's some of that in this book, but I just mean in the deck. And so it's one of my favorites. And today I just feel like reading from it for you all. So I'm going to do that. So let's go to the court cards section. And we need to be on Cups. All right, so for the Princess of Cups, it says, the Princess of Cups is represented as a dancing figure. She is free, not imprisoned by emotions. For a swan rising above her head shows the independence and the freedom she has gained. She is cast off the bonds of possessiveness and manipulation. Freed from jealousy, she is surrounded by grace, kindness, and clarity. With great tenderness and gentleness, she holds the cup with the turtle in her hand. As a hint of protection, she lovingly assures herself and others. The white lotus flower in her outstretched left hand represents her readiness to be a giving lover. The outstretched arm symbolizes the distance she has taken from herself, which makes it possible for her love to unfold in its purest form. The dolphin's eyes are crystals, meaning the past can now be seen with clarity and can be brought to completion. Yes, for this, because I just told y'all we're in transformation season and we need to focus on righteousness and cleansing our heart, redirecting our spirit. Y'all see it says she's cast off the bonds of possessiveness and manipulation. Freed from jealousy, she is surrounded by grace, kindness, and clarity. This is just describing the picture. Just describing the picture. Now, one thing about this book, it does not give in-depth meanings to each card. It just lets you know that what the symbolism of the picture represents. It gives you a brief indication, a question, a suggestion, and an affirmation. Okay, so I just read the visual description of the card and the symbolism that's in there. Now I'm going to read the indication, the question, the suggestion, and the affirmation. So the indication says, Trust your feelings and perceptions. You are on the right path. The question, is there anything else preventing you from being fully free? You now have the opportunity to let go of it as well. The suggestion, imagine you are surrounded by water and are dancing the dance of salvation and freedom with light flowing movements. And the affirmation, the more I love myself, the more I can share with others. I just told y'all this before I even pulled this card. Confirmation is key, okay? Confirmation. Now, let's go ahead and go over to the Eight of Wands. Let's go over to the Eight of Wands. So, Mercury in Sagittarius is the astrological position that is associated with the Eight of Wands. I'm a person who has Mercury in Sagittarius. We speak fast. We're very blunt. We don't really have time to be playing around with the bullshit. We want to know what we want to know when we want to know it. And we want to get done what we want to get done when we want to get it done. But we don't like surface information. We want to know the depths of things. We'll go down a whole rabbit hole just to pull out one piece of information and then be irritated when we have to sift through a lot of the bullshit to get there, okay? So it's a very fast moving energy, Mercury in Sagittarius. It says, swiftness is the card for overcoming the hindrances which stand in our way, also known as the Five of Wands. So the Eight of Wands is us overcoming the conflict that we have at the Five of Wands. Keep that in mind, okay? The blockage represented by the square transforms itself now into a large polished crystal. Let me put the card up so you can see it while I'm talking about it. Shimmering with the colors of the rainbow. If you state your own standpoint openly, directly, and clearly, these hindrances can be transformed. Misunderstandings yield to clarity. You have found your own inner center and can present your position with emphasis and openness. A problem which has appeared insurmountable until now fades meaninglessly into the background because of your clarity. What did I just tell y'all about clarity? If you overcome the tendency to hesitate and are prepared to call disturbing influences by name, depression, anxiety, chaos, lack of boundaries, lack of self-control, lack of discipline, lack of restriction, lack of principles, lack of value, lack, okay? That's the names. If you overcome the tendency to hesitate and be prepared to call disturbing influences by name, you rob them of their power to restrict and hinder you. The rainbow, a symbol of wholeness, indicates that a process is coming to an end. You look back realizing that the difficulties of the past have helped to bring the learning process to completion. Okay? Again, we're moving into transformation season. Assess where you are, where you're going, where you want to be, especially in the next 6 months as we move through this eclipse energy. If you do not, you are going to carry all the bullshit that you're trying to get away from into the next season with you. And I don't know about y'all, but I don't have time for it. I don't have time for it. So that was the visual description. Now let's do the indication, question, suggestion, and affirmation. Indication, the moment has come for you to define where you stand. Who are you? What do you believe in? What do you stand for? If you are open and remain centered, misunderstandings will be cleared because you know who you are and you can stand on what you believe in, stand on how you feel. Question, is there anyone to whom you do not dare openly state where you stand? Who is this person and why do you feel like you can't speak up? Suggestion, use this opportunity to open yourself up more to those people who mean something to you. Talk to them or write letters. I'm always telling y'all to journal, write letters, talk it out. So that's self-explanatory. But not only talk it out, I feel like you need to be direct in your communication. You need to have a clear plan for resolution. Not just throwing out a whole lot of feelings, but putting some action behind those feelings, okay? Affirmation, my openness and self-confidence opens the hearts of those I love. My openness and self-confidence opens the heart of those I love. Thank you, Spirit. I didn't know why you wanted me to pull out this book, but I'm glad that I did. I think somebody needs to hear that message. And I feel like I needed to be reminded of that because I am going through, like I told y'all, a lot of inner child healing. The Page of Cups is definitely a card that is indicating, that is an indicator of inner child healing and a need to let go of the past and kind of free yourself from the bondage of the things that you went through. And then the Eight of Wands tells me to move on, move forward, and go into rebirth, not just in general, but with swiftness, with quickness, with principle, with boundaries. Okay, I'm here for it. Now, our postcard from Spirit says, "Dearest, wonderful you, to help you manifest a life for the highest good, we invite you to examine your deepest desires. Imagine all your desires, no matter what, like magic seed pods in a basket, glowing with infinite potential. Look closely at each one. Are you afraid that some may bring you too much attention and invite negative reactions from others? Is change too daunting? Or are you afraid to stretch and grow? Let yourself be led forward and let the seeds of positive intention take to the wind. Your desires count and you are worthy of them. They are essential for co-creating your worlds. Did you ever consider that when a desire comes from deep within you, it might be spirit moving you to create something beautiful to share with others? Some desires are infused with miraculous power to move the heart and influence the world in ways you can't possibly know. We know you and love you so deeply and are happy to support you." Bye. Just bye. Like, I can't make this stuff up, y'all. I cannot make this stuff up. I was just telling somebody the other day, I said, I don't need cards. I use cards for my clients because I feel like y'all need something tangible as to why I'm saying what I'm saying. And so the cards just provide a channel for that. Like, I can give you something tangible to why I'm saying what I'm saying. But I say that in this moment just to say everything that I said to y'all before I even pulled these cards out is the same thing that the cards are saying. And it's not by coincidence. It's not by coincidence. It's divine design. Because the message is what the message is the message. It's very much, I said what I said. And I feel like Spirit recently is just kind of showing me that. Like, you said what you said. Trust the small, still voice. Trust the voice of your intuition. If you don't feel like using tools, don't. If you feel called to use tools, do it. If you want to do bibliomancy, do instead of cartomancy, go for it. Do what your heart calls you to do. Say what your heart calls you to say. Worry about who's going to get it later. You know? So, I'm going to leave y'all with that. Until next time, you know that you guys are heavily protected, divinely guided, and highly favored in all that you are and all that you do.